Hello, I'm your turbo lover. Sorry, I'm not. That'd be a fast lover. That'd be like commercial break. Two pump chumps, like that kind of thing. Well, Turbo. Remember that movie Breakin'? The kid's name was Turbo. Of course, they were break dancing. Hey, Richard, how you doing? I was gonna read the story to like you guys about. I've read it before, but I think some people maybe didn't hear it before or whatever because I mentioned it and it seemed like some people hadn't heard it about Gary Coleman. He was a little fucking hellion, you know? I mean, he was always getting in trouble for, with, like women. And I feel like, I don't know, just kind of makes you wonder how much of, if he was like always a prick even when he was, on different strokes, or if he just became a prick when he got older and couldn't get into many movies and everything. But I was going to read the story of the Molly Shannon thing. I know a lot of people are probably tired because, I've been going live lately and, well, it's to make up for when I can't. No, just kidding. Just kidding. You remember Gary Coleman, all right? From Different Strokes. So odd to think that most of that cast is, but all of them now, right? Gary Coleman. Hey, Robbie, nice to see you. So weird that you came in here because I just pulled out my trivia question book. Isn't that weird? And I didn't even put it in the title either about trivia. And here comes the trivia king. Like, whoa. That's strange. Richard, you still here? How about the other 12 people you guys, yeah, I know. Just kind of like a lot of those shows, kind of like Glee. Like everybody from Glee, seems like they're dying and everything, Terrible. Hey, Richard, you want to challenge, the other people too? Challenge a little bit of, trivia? Anyone? Anybody? Well, I've got more things though. I also have the Molly Shannon story with, Gary Coleman, which I was going to do. This is my trivia book, right? Yes. Okay. Robbie, are you still here? You and Richard want to have a little trivia challenge? And anybody else that's listening? It's up to you guys. It's either the Gary Coleman story or the trivia. A couple of people that are watching in the bushes. Robbie, are you going to play? All right, then. Don't stop your thinking, Cap. You're going to have to do. Everybody that's watching, so far we've got Richard and Robbie. Richard and Robbie are going to play. So if there's anybody else who wants to play, they are games of first one to hit 5. Right? That's what we do. Wish nobody else will play too. Doesn't she miss trivia? Hi, Jolene. You'll try to play too? All right, then. Good. Sounds great. Until you fall asleep. Usually we play for the hemp rope belt and the fringed capris. That's what you win. Well, I certainly will. All right. Now, always make sure, like if you use talk to text, which, usually makes it so it's quicker for you to get your answer in, make sure that in between you tap the screen so that the red line moves up to the end so that you're current with it, and that you're in all chat, not top chat. You guys let me know when you're ready, and we will start. Let me get a pen. We will start. I know that Jolene, well, Robbie's younger than us too, so maybe there's some things that they won't, like, if I was to ask questions about sitcoms from, you know, like different strokes and stuff, would you know anything about that? Or should I do like general trivia questions? Oh, look at her. She got her strong arm. She's gonna strong arm ya. He is going to strong arm ya. Sorry. My bad. My bad. My bad. Oh, okay. The actress Dana Plato played what role on Different Strokes? I just need her first name on there. Do, 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 do. You guys can Google because I think that is, um, you know, even if you Google it, it's still like a matter of how fast you answer. So, and then you learn a little bit too for the next time. Robbie with Kimberly. Correct. Definitely Google because I'm telling you that's, the way to, it also the speed of the Googling of it and then, how fast. Yeah, absolutely Google because, and now make sure to tap the screen so that the red line is all the way up to, so that your timing is, you know what I mean? Where you can't go no further. Now how it goes up 10 seconds. Because it does take a little time and sometimes you do fall behind in the audio. So we got Robbie first one on the board. Okay. Next question is the name of the actress, and the first and last name of the actress who played Janet Wood on Three's Company. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Jolene got it. Hi, tacos. Jolene with Joyce DeWitt. Jolene on the board with choice to win. What is the first line of the theme song of Three's Company? Taco. What's the other things with the tacos? Tacos and things. One word is wrong. You're one word off, Jolene. So close. Can't, I can't let you take the whole sentence from Jolene and then write the right thing. So the first one to write the whole sentence correctly is the one who gets the point. The whole sentence of the first line of the theme song of Three's Company. So wait. Tacos. Tacos on the board. Come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you. What sitcom had the theme song? When the boys you hate you wait, when the boys you date you used to hate, I guess you must investigate. Yes, you were, tacos. Hi, Swiss fish. No, you can Google stuff. When the boys you date, when the boys you used to hate you date, I guess you must investigate. What sitcom? The Facts of Life. Robbie got it. With the Facts of Life. Okay. What type of cheese would you put on a taco? Make sure you guys you tap the screen so that, good one, Jolene. No. Ugh. Hi, Asher Dash. Michaeluba, that's so gross. No. It begins with an N. No. Hi, honeybees. It begins with an N. Tacos with nacho. If you didn't get that right, you were going to lose your name. No, so just kidding, taco. What group sang Macho, macho man. I wanna be a macho man. I know you put shredded. Could be shredded what? Like feta cheese? Oh, Jesus. Village man. Fucking hysterical. Robbie with village people. Yeah, you guys are fucking funny. I know, right? I don't think so. They're macho men. Who sang Born in the USA? I think one of his albums was even named that. First and last name, please. First and last name. Robbie with Bruce Springsteen. Okay. 50 Shades of what? Well, tap the screen, Swiss. Tap the screen. Always after the question, tap the screen, bring it up so that the red line is all the way to the Jolene. Oh no, Robbie, sorry. Robbie with gray. Okay. Rose gold is created by combining gold and what? What first? Which one? Gray? You know what? Refresh, honeybees. Refresh and then look. Refresh your thing, like go out and then if you guys go back and refresh, like you go top chat and then all chat again, it should show the way I see it. Do you see? Is it coming up Robbie first for you guys now? Yeah. And make sure, and if you ever think that, like then for some reason here on my side, it will come up the way it is. Yeah, I know, right? Honeybee's gonna kick you in the shin, Robbie. So just kidding. Bumblebee. What? Bumblebee. Remember commercial? Little jingle. Well, they still sell it, Robbie. Honeybees on the board with tuna. Tuna. What did they? I think it was Starkist, right? Um, but they would call it the what of the sea. It was tuna fish. Starkist, I think, I recall it. What of the sea? Robbie takes that round with chicken. Chicken. A whole new round now. Whole new round. She gets the hemp belt, the hemp rope belt, and the fringed capris. That's what you win. So everybody get ready, tap your screen, make sure that you're at the beginning. We've got a whole new round. So we've got to see who becomes first on the board. And first and last name of the crocodile hunter. And he passed away. The first question, I should have told you guys. First question coming up. Robbie, first on the board with Steve Irwin. Everybody tap the screen. Be sure to be China. They are correct. What kind of I don't know if they're like considered a fish, but you know, something in the water. I was Steve Irwin killed by. Jolene with Stingray. Jolene on the board with Stingray. All right, everybody, tap that screen. Yeah, it was terrible. He's blocked. Why is he blocked? He shouldn't be blocked. That's weird. I'm gonna have to go out and come back in. So really, 20 years. I'm gonna go back out and come back in and see. So give me a second, please. That's so weird. I unblocked him. That's so weird that he was blocked because I feel like he was in here, you know, uh, since. So that's so weird that he was blocked. I feel like maybe there might be a little bit of a rogue mod or something, but I actually hope not. But um, but you are unblocked. Is he here? Yeah, he was in here. So I'm gonna have to go through my block list and see if, anybody took advantage of the time that they, still had a. Yeah, that's very weird that I'm going to have to go through my block list on the computer and see if anybody had, been messing around, because that's very weird. So you could tell him that he is not blocked. So I didn't even see like the do any mods not like him. Well, it might be the case that could be a case. There, I've got a couple of problems with a couple of mods that were not happy with the way things are. But I myself really don't care. I feel like that we are in a good spot, and I think everybody could have been in a good spot if they just, you know, put aside the things in the back and stuff. So, okay, you guys ready for the next question? Spelling doesn't count for this one. But if you get it right, I probably wouldn't know if you had the right spelling anyway, because I don't really know how to spell it myself. What kind of cheese do they use in a Caesar salad? Quickly before he gets here. Honeybees is correct with Parmesan. Honeybees with Parmesan. I like a nice Caesar salad. I myself, I like, what do you call it? Hi, liar alert. What do you call it? The anchovies. Just put one or two in it. You guys, does anybody here like anchovies? I know that some people don't have a taste for them, but I do like them. But you only need like one or two. Oh, yeah, I've never had them. And I like them too. I'm sorry. I find it funny how we get tastes for different things. Um, as we get older, like we were talking about eating snails the other night in Janelle's, and when I was little, I would eat snails. They were called winkles, we call them in England. Yeah, they are. Yeah, and Caesar dressing. Now I really am craving that. Thanks a lot, honeybees. I'm just kidding. Okay, here's one. I don't know. Oh, sardines. I don't like them with the skin on them. I used to know somebody that would eat sardine sandwiches. What do you mean you were forgotten in the bottom of my drawer? Don't you mean my drawers? I'm just kidding. Why did you get Parmesan? Oh, honeybees got it. I've been freed. She had mental telepathy tonight, and I always call her. I don't know why I do that to you. I really don't. He must have knew I was thinking about trivia. I'll tell you what. One I didn't notice if somebody had answered was the one about the rose gold. I'm a horrible host. I am a horrible host. Now I'm gonna have to go up and find who I'm seeing the stingray. Got up there. Hmm. Oh, if anybody wants to answer that question of what is a mixture of gold and for rose gold mixed with gold and what? Gold and oh, dried shrimp? No, sir. Icky. Like dehydrated. It's not spelled like that. Jolene, you're close. Honeybees with copper. You were so close, Jolene. I would say spelling doesn't matter, but it's kind of an easy word to spell. So we got honeybees with copper. First and last name of a magician whose name includes copper. You're hysterical, Swiss. All right, we got Robbie with that one. Hello, e-beggars. um, Thank you for the birthday thing that you put up. I think the picture is pretty funny. Did you make that picture yourself? Oh, you're saying goodnight. But you did great, Jolene. Um, I think Swiss was confused with the full name of the lead singer of Van Halen. Who is it? The oh, not the one. I don't like the other guy. I can't even think of his name. No, not David Coverdale. He was like Whitesnake. King of Chaos. He kicked your ass there, Swissy. David Lee Roth is correct. Okay, what everybody else said. All right, everybody get your screen up so that you are on. Right. So Swiss, what you have to do is you have to refresh. You have to go into top chat and then go back into all chat, and you will see it differently then. Sometimes it comes out different on your end, and the only way to have it show that way. Here's one. Let me know when you've done that so I can ask the next question. He's above you now. You like that, don't you? No, no, no. She likes you being above her. Wink, wink. All right. What style hats did Jackie Kennedy wear? You're not watching like a creeper. What are you talking about? Robbie with pillbox. See? You're not watching like a creeper. Fedora. It's funny. Pillbox is correct. What state was JFK in when he was assassinated? Robbie with Texas. Robbie's a fast one, I'll tell you that much. Robbie with Texas. What chef is known for saying bam? You don't have to give last name, just that first name of his. Bam. He'll like add the spice or something. Swedish chef, you're funny. Amaral is right. Rabbit. It's okay. I don't know how to spell it either. What sitcom had two characters named Karen and Jack? No, it's a more recent one. More recent. I don't even think there was a Karen. And no, it's more recent. If I give you the other two characters' names, then you'll know it. Yes, it is. Swiss, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Robert with Will and Grace. Ooh, and they keep their trophy and their title. Robbie won that round. So I think that we're going to take a little break here, and I'm going to tell you guys, I remember, I think it was Swiss actually that laughed when I mentioned about Gary Coleman, and you helped them, you're funny. I mentioned about Gary Coleman and the actress is Molly Shannon. So I looked up the story so I could just read it to you. It's a quick one. But yeah, I don't know if you remember Molly Shannon, but she was in Will and Grace. She was the neighbor that lived downstairs. Yeah, superstar. She was the neighbor though that lived downstairs and would steal things. And then I remember Grace was like, that's my music bag." She's like, "No, it isn't." You know. Anyhow, so comedian Molly Shannon said she was sexually harassed by Different Strokes star Gary Coleman at the start of her career. Appearing on the Howard Stern show, Shannon was asked by Stern about the part of the book, and she recounts the experience. Coleman died in 2010 at the age of 42. Shannon, 57, told Howard Stern that she had landed Coleman's agent and that the agent asked her whether she wanted to meet the megastar. She was initially excited, But after her agent led her up to Coleman in the presidential suite of the hotel, she said the agent disappeared. Coleman, Shannon said, had her sit on the bed and then began tickling her. My God. I was trying to be polite and stuff. I'm a polite Catholic girl and a virgin. This was back then. So I'm not even thinking about, I'm naive and I'm not thinking about anything like that. Hey, he was a little perv. He was always getting in trouble. She said Coleman repeatedly tried to kiss her and get on top of her. He was relentless. I would get off the bed and then he would bounce on the bed. Could you imagine? He would bounce on the bed, jump, 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 and then he would wrap himself around me and I would fling him off, Shannon recalled. What the fuck? This is a true story. I guess because of his size, I didn't feel physically threatened, she said, but I'm getting really out of breath because it was like he was athletic and aerobic. Could you imagine? Shannon said that she tried to run to the bathroom, but that Coleman grabbed her leg. Oh my God. She was able to shake him off and lock herself in the bathroom. While she was in there, I know, right? Isn't it just isn't that crazy? Lock himself in the bathroom, she said. While she was in there, Coleman was sticking his hands under the door and saying, I can see you. It does, but it's a true story. It was in her book and everything. They should have done a sketch, though, about that. That would be pretty funny. She said she eventually sprinted out of the room. I think I was probably very polite, but she told her agent, you got to watch that client of yours. She said, that she regretted that she didn't stand up for herself more. I could see that, I guess. But yeah, right? Jumping on the bed. Fucking crazy. All right, you guys want more of this? Um, I do want to say one thing is that I know, right, Robbie? I do want to say one thing that I think is shame. It's a shame that after 5 years of all of us being in this community, that there, is growth. It's definitely we've grown and things like that, and I certainly wouldn't want to be the people who regressed. Does that mean, like, am I right? Is that the right word I want to use? Like, the people who have, claimed so much that they wanted peace and they didn't want to argue and they didn't want to do this and they didn't want to do that. The only way, really, to, stop all of that going on is to take an opportunity. Right, Swiss. And the thing is I'm glad that you did because um, I'm glad that you all did, from different communities like Honeybees coming in and King of Chaos and Um, that, yeah, it's, and you know what? I feel like that they're the ones who are really at fault and also are the ones who are showing that they do, and they're also showing that they really don't want to try to work towards being peaceful, like, and not fighting. It doesn't mean that people have to be friendly, but when given the opportunity to have a common, a common concern or something that they could be common, you know, whatever with that, who knows what would have happened. If they, well, if you notice, Robbie, there's a lot of different, it had to be somebody who was, I'm going to have to go through my block list because I want to make sure that during the time of, you know, of maybe one person might have been, or one or two might have still been modded. That's what I'm saying. How he got blocked. That's very strange to me. It's got to be. Got to be. It's got to be somebody who didn't do it in the live stream too, because if it was on the live stream, I think somebody would have said, so and so just blocked e-beggars. So it's got to be. I believe myself that there's two people that could have. What's autopilot block? What does that mean? That it's just trained to block them. Yeah, I think, and after seeing a live stream, what was that? The skit with Alec Baldwin. I'm not a big fan of Alec Baldwin, but I did like him in The Cat in the Hat. That was a funny movie with Michael Myers. I thought that was funny. No, you didn't. And that's the thing. After seeing a person's live stream from this morning, oh, I see. I get it. What you're saying. Oh, the movie Cat in the Hat. I don't. I kind of liked the kids in it. I thought they were funny, the two kids. But them saying, they saw Munchie in a live stream and they went in to block them. I got really confused. I was like, well, I certainly hope it wasn't in my live stream. And, they were a mod here. Really? Then they definitely did it afterwards. Definitely took advantage of whatever time frame that they had of still being a mod and then removing them. That is something. That's something. So I'm hoping that they didn't do it to Munchie or Janelle or anybody else. That's why I will go through the rest of my block list because I really don't think that anybody at this time that used to be fighting and arguing with each other and yelling and screaming and stuff, I don't think we're at that point anymore. This us people who are participating and just trying to move forward. Because if you constantly say, I remember what this person had done to me, don't you remember it? Well, we could all remember stuff that was done to us. Yeah, they're blocking from replays, so I'm going to have to go through. It is not nice. It is not. And I heard that person today that was talking about Munchie and they'll never sit in a room with Munchie. Well, you don't have to. But try to be like, at least, or, like, it doesn't make sense to say that you don't want to fight anymore, but yet be rude. The funny thing about it is, not funny, haha, but the weird thing is that, um, they, you know, they're having such a problem with this is like, I can't imagine. There's no way that I would be okay with sitting in Cindy's live stream. Even if I didn't like you guys, there's no way I would have been okay with sitting in Cindy's live stream the way she was screaming. So I'm not trying, I'm not talking about her. I'm just talking about what occurred. And Janelle was right on point when she said, this sounds like this should be a conversation that's private. And definitely, it's definitely a private conversation. But nothing, though, that is going on. Right, so somebody did it yesterday. Now, see, Kimber's was unblocked as a mod, so it could have been the other mod that was demanding that I unmod them, but they were already unmodded. So it's kind of pointless. I don't understand how it's supposed to be okay for me or anybody, even if it was talking about somebody else, to sit there and watch them, be all like, this person's my bestie when that person, yes, exactly. When that person goes around, I mean, really, literally just fucking saying nasty stuff about me. They have never, ever, like, really been kind to me. And it becomes, but you had words with that person. Actually, no, I didn't. But that person sat in, Sharon's live stream when she was constantly doing, um, you know, making fun of cancer and stuff, with the wig and everything. I'm gonna start her live or stick up for you, and that is the problem. That's the issue right there. Is that when it comes to bashing me for talking to you guys now, they're quick to bash me, but they are not quick to defend me at all, it seems. But I'm supposed to, like, just, buck up and, whatever, and just, So that's why, Rami, you'll see it. You got to see a different mixture of people here. I don't know if you've been following what happened, but I was in the hospital and for a week, almost a week. And when I came back, the second night I was back, are you still here, Robbie? I don't know. Second night I was back, I did a live stream, and Swiss and Janelle and Munchie came in under different accounts, but they made it very clear that it was them. Did you see what happened, Robbie? Um, right, even so much that they all came in different accounts because they were blocked. So it wasn't like, but I was I was very pleased to get the well wishes and and the way it was put was like, we know we're not friends, but we do want to say that, so it's like the correct response from somebody's friend should be, in my opinion, should be That's very kind of you, and thank you so much for the well wishes. And not, you know, because I'm still confused as to what they think my response should have been. Right. And you were, yeah, and you were on block then, weren't you? I think you were on block then. By then, I think you were. But I also had said, they did. You're right, liar alert. They did. Because all that time that they had a problem being, you know, like publicly a defender of me when I was defender of them. But they would say, you know, well, you know, I've got this going on, I've got that going on, I've got this going on. And I'd say, I understand your kids are young, you don't want to get, and so I understood completely because it wasn't only about defending them personally, it was about the actions that were going on. But for them to like, that really got me when she said in her live stream, I was a good friend to you behind the scenes. That's what got me. Because it was like, so after all this time, thank you, Swiss. Me too. And I haven't been enjoying Janelle's chats and everything. You should come sometime, Robbie, because we've all been supporting each other and being very supportive and stuff. But, you know, like I said, my birthday time, literally, I was like just waiting to see, not waiting to see, like not in that kind of sense, but just like hoping maybe to see something like a meme or like they had done for Kimber's when it was her birthday, you know, or, you know, this one or that, you know, but there was nothing. Like there was no surprise birthday stream or a meme telling people that it was my birthday or anything. And the amount of birthday streams like that I would always do for my friends, like maybe even like a surprise, or oh, they wake up and, you know, there's a birthday live stream going on. So I was just like, exactly. I mean, so they want to be like reminding me of things that have been done to me. Well, they can include themselves in that because, you know, that's the one that really is bizarre to me too, Swiss. Because if she was talking about me in her live stream, the one about the unmod. No, not really. Me and Lou were never really back and forth friends. Nah. I just, like I said, I was willing to, to, be open to just, you know, not fucking like braiding each other's hair, like we said, but being able to have enough people in here that wanted to play trivia, or enough people that, you know, or people. Hi, Jenny. Hello, party people. Um. Oh, Robbie. I mean, like, I don't know if you heard Cindy going off. I mean, she went off on me because I went from, you know, she said herself, I was a good friend to you behind the scenes. And then for me, and when she heard me say, and for them to humiliate me publicly, which meant, them all leaving at the same exact time. And yes, they were making it quite apparent that it was, Jenny, why don't you drop your new channel? Everybody, and if you, like if you mods could drop people's channel, because I really think that, encouraging and supporting. So look at like if you know AB would have maybe possibly come in and then been like, oh, that's nice of what you're saying. It's nice that SG is not going to be harassed like that. Maybe how a lot of times her channel is kind of stuck. But then she would have had people going in there in support of her. But the weird thing is when I looked at her live stream, the people who are like modded and supportive to her are the ones that really have bashed the shit out of me lately. Like I'm supposed to just swallow that down. Just supposed to swallow it down. I got sick and tired of, having to say, no, don't worry about it. It's okay. I understand. About the whole can't be openly supportive or whatever. And I'm not going to lie, that audio over there at AB's is off the chain. Not trying to be any kind of insulting way or anything, but you really need to listen back to your live stream and do something about your audio. It's really ridiculous. And she's got I'm about, in her live stream, who's friends with Sharon, Sharon has made so many passive aggressive comments of I'm going to be dead soon. I'm in shock that me accepting well wishes from Munchie and having them in my live stream is thought to be worse than Sharon wishing me dead quite often lately. And in my opinion, Sharon's just like Munchie, in my opinion. But Munchie is but now what I'm seeing is like, we've all had growth. And, like Jenny and Sparkle, and that they'll all go in, well, exactly, but prudently did, and I had explained to Sharon, I said, please don't do that. I said, I do not want to be arguing with Prudently with you harassing her because she brings me to, yeah, I know, right? Get your own rich friend. But no, that's not how it is really. Like I said, it was priceless that, she was sitting there for hours with me at the ER and stuff. It was priceless. She didn't give me money, but she did that. I mean, she gave me hours of her time sitting there in the emergency room with me and stuff. For Sharon to just be like, yeah, fucking right, and then threaten Prudently. Yeah, and it didn't matter what either one of us told her. It was in her mind, she was going to be spilling some juicy tea on us, like of a story that isn't even true. That's not even true. To see that Kimbers and Sharon have been, speaking quite frequently with Bobbles too. Um, I don't have. I don't. I mean, I do dislike Bobbles. I don't wish her ill will, but I do have to wonder all the time why, when she wants to make her entrance back into the scene, she makes it here, because it does put me in a. But like I said, I'm the type of person who will try, but it's only so much I can swallow down. But Sharon is so quick. So is Cindy. Very quick. Yeah, she came up on my panel and, oh my God. You got some catching up to do, Robbie. Here's another thing, too. When Cindy, like, I think she was saying, it was their timing is very strange. But when Cindy said, well, she had put drunk in the title, well, I was referring to Bobbles because she was slammed that night. She was sloshed. Yeah, she even admitted like she had a problem with the pills and this and that. My sympathy for her about all that really slid down when she started giggling about the whole telling her new husband that her ex-husband's dick is bigger than his and stuff like that. What happened? Oh, telling Sharon he don't like her, and Sharon said the dude wanted her. That's ridiculous. I know, and now she says they hadn't moved. I mean, everything she's saying is a lie. Um, what did you say there? Yes, that live is available. You'll have to set aside 10 hours. 10 action-packed hours. It actually was. It was like it never stopped. I was like, oh my God, come on. Remember? Yeah, it was like, no, come on, not another thing going on. Yeah, it was fucking crazy. And I did listen to it, and Cindy, there was no, and you were talking a bit about me in that live stream. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had that where it was pinned asking about, Lou saying that I wasn't sick enough. They went right for that. Truth sent you the clip of what? Oh, the clip of, the thing, yeah. Thing is like, that every time when we listen and we do commentary, we find another discrepancy with them. Like it was in the crying on the phone to Prudently, it was they were banging at the door, and then another one was she wasn't there. She wasn't there, so all her stuff was being thrown out. So one minute she's not there at 11 in the morning, and what the time? You don't want here, Jenny? When Bobbles? Oh no, no, no. You're talking about the other one. But in the live stream that AB did today, she mentioned something about I texted her and said, we've got to talk. Then I texted her back and said, we don't have to talk anymore. And then I was texting her, and I don't get it that she has a life. I said, that's all a lie. Those are lies. I mean, I may have texted her today because as opposed to just talking to me on the phone this morning, um, I just got text messages of unmod me now. The nerve of you. I'm like, what? The nerve of me. The nerve of me to accept kind words. And when I ask any of them, what would you think my response should be? And they don't have an answer for that. That's what he say. He said that. He told her she didn't pay. Wow. Well, that's the thing is like, that whole crying thing to Prudence, like when listening back to her messages, you could tell that in the morning when she's sick and she just woke up. Uh, that's what I'm wondering about there, right? That's why and I was asking her that when she kept saying, I went in to remove Munchie. And I'm like, in my chat or in Cindy's, but I couldn't get a fucking answer. Well, and that's what I'm saying, like, and I couldn't get an answer about. Mm, kind of wanna, because seeing that she was talking about me in the fucking, in a live stream, when days before, I literally had said to not ask Alan. Who's Alan? Alan Fun. I did ask King of Cash. She wouldn't. She wouldn't answer me. That's what I'm saying. None of them will answer anything. The other day, Cindy tried to call me. I see she tried to call me, so I unblock her. And the first thing she says to me is, "Why do you have to be so rude?" I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I just, and then, another person said, I could understand, like, maybe the other ones when they're all mad, um, but what, why is Kimberly 11 and Lou so mad? And it all comes down to, well, I don't know why Kimberly 11 is, but it all comes to, also with Lou was like, you want to be in a room with somebody who did that to my kid? Well, I defended that time. I defended against that. Well, she's not, she's unmodded. But it's got to be something like that. I'm going to have to go through. I wonder if she blocked you just to see if maybe she was trying to see if she was still not. Right, why couldn't they just act like an adult? But for them to think it's A-okay for Sharon to be doing what she's doing. And how many fucking times was Lou always talking about me, but there's Cindy and her friends. I just had to suck it all up, me, right? I just had to suck it up. There was no fucking, not going in there when she was bashing. There was none of that. It was A-okay. It's A-okay that Brandy says, I need psych meds. It's A-okay. And then, Roy trying to play trivia, which is as harmless as it gets. You're absolutely right. My God, Bugs Bunny. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Very nice of you. Wow, thank you so much. I don't know who that is, but I like Bugs Bunny now. I thought, rabbit. It's not, I know it's supposed to be a pussycat, right? Oh, thank you so much. Very kind of you. Thank you. I noticed that even Munchie um, had left a comment saying that Dash was harassing her on, and I do not know what goes on with these. It's like you can never fix your stuff on here like you used to. um, that Dash had, yeah, hunting season postponed. That Dash had been saying, um, exactly, liar alert. Absolutely. That was absolutely what it was. And anytime I just had to sit there and suck it up. That's not Prue. You silly. Prue wouldn't do that. Stop it. Pruitt's not lying when she said that, she's putting her kid through college and it's expensive. No, that's just Swiss being a wise ass. Um, But she wasn't lying to Sharon when she said that. But the thing is even out of Sharon's mouth was that you act like I call it aspirantly for money all the time. No, that's the point, is that you and Prunley aren't even getting along. And, you're calling her based on the fact because, but her, when she said, well, yeah, I did because, we did lose the $50 and then we got it back, but just, we needed more. We wanted more. We wanted more. Like, wow. It just makes me wonder how many people they were, her, not they. I don't want to say they. It just makes me wonder how many people she sits there and harasses behind the scenes. Jolene was in here too. I should have told her about how she had said that, but that she thinks gives money or maybe gets wind of or something. Um, and this is the type of person that I know that she said I was even a member and blah 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 blah. Yeah, but she wouldn't have been had I said okay to somebody who called and said, I was wondering, because Sharon had asked, do you mind if I send her your members only live streams? I was like, absolutely, I mind. That's fucked up. Like, to want to, you know, that's just fucked up. And I thought it was fucked up, because, so, yeah, Jolene is a nice girl. She didn't even do anything wrong. Like, I haven't seen her do anything. But here's the thing, too. That Riley person she keeps in there, uh, making, saying she gotta be getting paid by that person big time. But when they say things to me like, do you forget what they did to you? I'd like to. I'd like to move away from it. I'd like for that to be in the past and not keep arguing with them so that things would remain doing that in the future. I thought it was a perfect opportunity for them to, say, "Oh, that's very kind of you," to find a common ground. You're probably right there, Jenny. Yeah. I really thought it was, a perfect opportunity to just see, just give it a shot. Like if in their mind they're like, well, Munchie's so mean, but if Munchie was being nice, perhaps if you'd have been nice back, things would have just been totally different, and everybody would be supporting each other and things like that. Um, it hasn't been difficult. I don't think so. I see like when Jenny will go into oh, who's Maximilian? Who's Maximilian? I know. She's not even saying anything about I really gotta wonder if Sharon and a lot of these fucking troll accounts too. I mean, I really do, and I really gotta also wonder if Sharon is not, not, if she would turn around and, well, after hearing what she was saying imprudently, turn around and actually literally blackmail people. Right? Makes you wonder, right, King of Chaos? Like, why did Sharon so quickly recently turn on Irv? Make sure you guys thumbs up and like and subscribe, please. But why did she turn on him so recently? Oh my god, I wanted to say something too about him, but I'm glad you brought that up. That cat is so funny looking. Is that your cat? He's not funny looking. Is that your cat? He's not funny. That cat's face is funny. Well, yeah, oh my god, that's another thing too. I'll say, if I say to her, when I'll say, Sharon, I really can't believe that you're the one who, oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Booting old thing. She is fucking mean, right? Dorito chip tooth. Thank you. That's very kind of you. And sincerely needed, because I hate that people think, when I say that I talk about my car or something that's kind of, but I can't help it. I'm on, I live on a very tight budget, but a lot of times I buy used tires and then they will switch them over to the back from the front. You know what I mean? They'll switch them up, just trying to, get around. But I happen to be driving on a donut right now, so that just helps so much. She did brag about that. I know, I'm a sucker for a cute, funny animal pic, too. How do you catch a unique rabbit? This is like a dad joke. I'm sure you guys know it. How do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up behind them. No, no. Micheluba and 3 carats. What was the other one? Hanna-Barbera with Flintstones and stuff, right? Scooby-Doo and everything. I wonder why they call it McLuba. That doesn't even sound like. Sounds like they're almost trying to copy McDonald's, but the Luba is kind of weird. I'm not saying I wouldn't try it, but I'm pretty sure that she's got like uh, another account is going around. 111 Make a Wish. That's another thing. How could somebody not pick up? You know what? It could have been her too removing stuff because I remember she came in and she was still a mod, and I think Cass wasn't here then at that moment too, and I mentioned something about uh Brandy Southern Girl, like why is she okay? Why I don't understand why I was always supposed to be angry about what they were doing to my friends, but they were, fine with being friends with. Ugh, that last time. Oh my god, I should probably do commentary on that one. Man, the way she was. Oh, why? What did she do that makes you say that? Except for that great parody. She is pretty and smart. Yeah, she is. That parody was so funny. And the thing is too is when they all like take their channel down and just like bail, they don't even think for a second about the people and their friends that were there around them, supporting them and stuff. But I do think Munchie had reached out, in a comment, and she said that Dash was dragging her. You got to be ballsy when you could come out dragging Munchie. And yes, please share out channels, Swisses and stuff. Yeah, you can even share Munchies. Now I can never see. Well, I can never find Debbie's channel, but I would like to see that fucking last. She did like one of her singing videos. There's no way that the fact of the matter is her makeup is the same for the last 5 years. There's no way. There's no way. No, cleavage is not normal. It just is not. I'm sorry, not like I'm checking it out or anything. But it's just, that shit is right up to her fucking neck. Like her fucking Adam's apple. That don't even make sense. I'm like, what? Yeah. And Munchie goes, I've never even done anything to that lady, which is true. So, I mean, they're really showing, like you guys said, they did me a favor because to be in a community for 5 years and to not be able to find something that makes, because I've been thinking about this a lot, lady. Oh God, it's so gross. It's not normal, right? Bugs Bunny, not normal. I've been thinking about this a lot lately that, at the end of the day, we all are a community. By this point, we'd be people who were living in the same apartment building for 5 years, you know, or the same neighborhood or whatever. Oh, please. Oh my God, Swiss. Now that, oh God, Swiss. If anybody was hungry, we know you're not now. You know? That's gross. That's so gross. And I can only imagine, like, oh my God, just, oh God. See, I want to see what's her name said about, but I don't want her channel dropped in here. But maybe Munchie will put something up so I can see what. But that, when she was, like, even with CVX and Ollie being in here and stuff, like, this is, we're really making, and when Janelle's chats, they're enjoyable, and you guys are so welcoming and stuff. And I was even able to ask Annette a question in there, and I was waiting because I was like, to see if she would respond. And she did. She responded. So it's just so much. I know, Swiss. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, God. It gives me a physical reaction. So gross. I just can't imagine not being happy for people, your friends and stuff. Like, I really can't. Okay. Thank you. Oh my God, the Dr. Pimple Popper, please. I know, right, Robbie? Oh my God, I know. Oh God, please. You guys are off the chain right now with this. And sometimes and that Dr. Pimple Popper popped into my head the other day. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I've seen it where like somebody will have like a blackhead and the guys like they're the dot I'm squeezing it, and it's just coming out, coming. I know, isn't that so gross of us? That we can't turn away. I'm like, how much is gonna come out of this thing, There was one I used to watch was the lady would do she'd do the a waxing of he made a big deal over nothing. What do you mean? What was fine? Would you have like a blackhead or something? What happened? I miss what Bug said. No, I don't know. Did you have like a bump and you thought it was a boil or something? Ew. I mean, people do get them. They are painful, but it seems like hers is. Ugh. It just seems like a need to know story. Like, it's just not a. Oh, Poussey. It's Poussey. Why is Poussey here? It's Poussey. I know, King of Chaos. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's exact. And he had it in his ear. In his ear. And like, oh my God. And he was going, the guy was having to go one side of it and get it, and then the other side. And it was, oh my God, this is the grossest conversation, I swear to God. But you know what? If they weren't here, right? Right? Here in this chat. the people that used to be my friends, they'd be able to talk about this too. It's a neutral conversation that it's not like we're all going over each other's houses and popping each other's pimples and stuff. It's just, we're just all talking. And I don't understand why they want to argue. Ew, I would never. Ew, God, stop it. Who are you going to be doing this? If there's anything left in their body, they just become flattened out like a fucking deflated blow up doll. Oh my god, it's so gross. But this one where they do the fucking the thing with the lady would be doing the waxing and yeah, they're a neutral dimension gross, but neutral. Exactly, King of Chaos. So it's like as if they couldn't just work towards, instead of fighting, talking about is it. I mean, it seems so much easier. And I'm gonna be honest, AB and Cindy as well. The reasons why I didn't go to your chats is because AB, you are fucking angry. Your audio is terrible, 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 terrible. You have got to look into like listening to it and then, you know, um, oh, you're very welcome. Bugs Bunny. I always thought Bugs Bunny was friendly. And then the audio, and then, I go in there. Well, you'll tell me you're going live, and maybe maybe a minute or two will go by, and then I'll, go in, and it's over already. I'm like, what? And then you go live again or whatever, and you're yelling and then blocking everyone. I don't even get a chance to see what anybody is saying. It's like, oh my god! I mean, everybody is just blocked and gone, and I think so too. Ooh, the size of a sock. Oh my god! I remember watching one where the lady had like it was under her arm, and her friend was doing it, so they just had videotaped it. It wasn't like a pill popper, not pill popper, pimple popper channel. Oh my god, this shit was just coming out. Oh my god, so much, so much, so much. It's like running down her arm and shit. And the lady's like, oh my god, thank God. Like, you gotta be there, friend, when you're fucking doing that shit. That's your friend. That's definitely your friend then. Yes, you missed your sisters. Oh no, you didn't. You got your sisters good. I could not believe that day. I still don't know if you know how funny I really think it is, Swiss. When fucking that Quato from Total Recall, that thing that came out of the guy's stomach, and kept going, open your mind. Open your mind. And if you remember correctly, the night before, oh my God, thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. You're blowing me away right here. Thank you. It's super nice of you. Thank you. But like we could certainly be certain that Tiff was watching that live stream because I almost died when you were doing fucking you were on Janelle's doing commentary about it. And I don't know if she really I know I am I am. I don't know if that's what she said to you. That's exactly what she said to you. And I don't know if she was like, did it subconsciously, like didn't even realize it. But she goes, Swiss, open your mind, Swiss. I could have fucking died. It was like such a dead giveaway that that was hysterical. Open your mind. Oh my god. Here's another thing too. A friend of mine and I went over to their house and and they were giving so anyway, so you know that show American Dad? And they were talking about they go, oh, there was this one episode where the two, like Roger, I guess the Martian guy, and I don't know, some lady, they pretended to be married. And oh, thank you so much. And you know what? I do feel better because just imagine, like Swiss said in the beginning, I was only going to come the one time, but then I started hanging out because what they did, that is exactly what I mean. Like, I would have just, like, that, they would have done that regardless. Whether or not you came back or not, they would be doing what they're doing. And that's why it's like, well, I actually feel like better now and more relaxed that I'm not expected to accept them, being nice behind the scenes to me and expecting me to, you know, fight their battles when they don't even fight their own. Of course, yes, AB does, but who knows what she's even fucking saying or angry about anymore. Like, if you could just stop. When even your friend is saying, it is mentally freeing. And that's why I try to say to her, like, just give it a shot. Like, just give it a shot. Can't keep going back to, the this, that, and the other thing in the past and this. But I'll be damned if they didn't want me to fight out there. But no, I'm not. Why is he blocked too? No, that's why I wondered why we need Irv's side of Sharon's story. Well, I did do an interview with Irv. You didn't know that? That's why when she was saying, I blah, 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 and it's like, nah, you were a danger, fucking throwing that hook out the window. And now she's trying to say, you're lucky I didn't snitch on you. All right, what? I'm gonna have to look for his. That's why I was asking Janelle the other night to drop, yeah, and I waited. I was like, oh my God, I hope she answers me and does. Well, even if she didn't answer me, I would be fine with that. But I was hoping that, you know, it didn't become a big deal. But she did. She answered me, and I was glad. Um, so his account is called Earth. Can he put a comment on one of your posts, and then I can see him? Because I don't know really if I know how to spell his name. See, that's why I'm saying I have definitely got to go through my block list and on here again after her saying, see, I heard her saying something like that about blocking people. Same thing you heard, King of Chaos. And that's why I was like, hold on. Yes. Mm. But Dash apparently went off on Munchie, I guess. Which really bothers me because, Munchie is like, I didn't even do a thing to that lady. And neither did I. It's like, so what possessed these people? Like, what has possessed them? That you know, their their actions are not being based on their real personal feelings or anything. It's yeah, right. And I'm thinking she quickly was, I've definitely got to do. Oh, I'm sorry I mentioned the name, but Catherine Guthrie did that to me. I know it was her, and I didn't know she was mad at me, but she was mad because she timed you out over shit. Right. Which is another thing I really can't understand is why there's something weird going on with them all, in my opinion. And I think they really need to reflect, you know? Like, fucking Angel Baby be texting me, telling me that, she understands I'm going through things and everything. Perhaps I should take a break from YouTube, but unmod me now. The nerve of you. Like, it's like I should take a break from YouTube. I'm wondering why you don't think it's wrong that, I have, very much gone to bat for her in a more lucid manner than she has, for sure. Yes, you're right about that, liar alert. You know, and also have accepted when she says, but I've got things I've got to do. Um, for Paito, who's Paito? Thank you. I think we are all doing a good, like, count as a mind for you. Oh, people. Oh, he did. Okay, I got it. Oh, wait, sorry, I saw that. I know. I don't ever remember you saying you thought they were a man, but I could see you maybe wondering because they changed their name so much, and maybe the name seemed like. Ask Robbie how many times I call Robbie, who is a he, a she. I mean, seriously, it's a male name, and I still can't get it through my head. But yeah, oh, I know. But it's such a lie that I was about to say. That's a lie that I text her and she's got to be like, I've got a lie. It's like they know for a fact that a lot of times I have not Uh, forgot what I was just saying. Oh, I have not answered the phone because I was really sick and everything. So that whole I've got to talk to you. Oh, we don't have to talk anymore. Uh, all that shit. Like, yeah, you could be right about that, Swiss. Let me go check your community post, see if I can see him, and you guys take over the chat. Chat amongst yourselves, please. Very petty. Okay, gotcha. Oh, absolutely. You're absolutely right, Johnny. Fucking absolutely right. And, um, it's been easier dealing with, the new people in my chat, but not new to me, but new to my chat. It's been a lot easier making that transition than it was tolerating when Sharon would come into my live stream. Or even Cindy, or even Angel Baby. And I will tell you them why. I know. Hi, Mosaic. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm not trying to be any kind of way, but I am saying that, oh, thank you, Bugs Bunny. Thank you so much. I am saying that it was, I'll tell each one of them why they were like, when they would come in. Because with Angel Baby, she would talk to the person I was doing commentary on, but she would use talk to text. So she would end up behind in the chat. So she'd say, so she'd be listening to what she's listening to. And then when she would type, she would say, oh, yeah, well, you call me a bitch all the time. That's just an example, right? Just an example. Thank you, Irv. I appreciate that. That's just an example. So I would be like on a different like topic, and so I would say, "Who, me?" Like I was constantly on eggshells because she would be behind Fang because and so she'd be angry in her comments, but because I had talked about whatever she was angry about, like maybe 5 minutes before. Oh, I don't know. um, that was Superwoman who was calling me that. And I enjoyed Ollie and CVX up here the other night. I didn't think it was sellouty at all. I think a lot of people, I was thinking about Ollie today. Thank you. And I should have been a librarian. And so with Angel Baby, the more she's screaming at her phone in my chat, though, she's getting further behind in the audio, and I'd be getting more and more confused, more and more confused. And when she'd be like, you, but she's talking to the person I'm doing commentary on. And then she'd go, well, anyway, I'm going to leave because I told you I didn't want to go through this drama again. So I was like, me, you mean? Like, I can shut it off if you want. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be stuttering. Like, yeah, oh my God. I had such a fucking headache. I had such a fucking headache from that King of Chaos. I could barely even, like, think straight. I had such a fucking headache. All she kept doing was going, do this, let me up, let me up, And I was like, oh my God, and I would get like, I couldn't even get through to where I wanted to be, doing the commentary. I had every intention of it, but she was demanding, like, but then she gets like, where this is what I left my channel for, this is what, like, or whatever. And then next thing, she'd be live. What do you call two lesbians in a closet? She goes, two lesbians in a closet. Oh, big time. So bad. I mean, King Cass. I remember that clearly. Clearly. I mean, I remember my voice was shaking and everything. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing anymore. It was just a fucking constant. She was just on my ass. No, no, go to where he's talking about me. And then everybody in the chat, including like fucking Night Owl, who's supposed to be my friend, was sitting there going, poor Sharon. Poor Sharon. You do, right, Jenny? Oh my God, I couldn't even fucking think straight. I just ended the live. I couldn't think straight anymore. Literally, I couldn't. And everybody in life, the people, oh, poor Sharon, poor Sharon. Yeah, Tracy, can you go to SG? Yeah, can you go to it? Like, they would just start siding with her like it was, oh my God, a liquor cabinet. You're fucking crazy. It was awful. And that other time, hi, Luna. Yes, thank you. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And then, the other time when it was just always when she would come in. But she's the one who started the Buzz Balls thing because, right, yeah, she did that. She started that whole, oh, isn't it good? They are good. Some of them are so really good, the Buzz Balls. But I don't drink them all the time, contrary to a popular belief. But that was another time when I was gonna go live, and then so I had been at Nets, right? And Net, for some reason, couldn't get to where she wanted to be. So she was banging real hard on the keyboard. And then, so I said, I'll just go live on mine. Then I had to, oh, I remember another time too. Another time where I was going to do commentary on Luna and Strawberry, right? Because we weren't getting along then. So I was gonna do commentary on Luna and Strawberry, and so I had been talking to Sharon, and I said, "Just do me a favor." I go, "Don't tell anybody, because then they'll remove it." What do you think she does? Goes live and tells everybody. There's not one thing I could say to her, "Don't tell anybody," without her. Yeah, exactly, Luna. There was not one thing I could say to her that, not all of them. The coffee one isn't bad, or I don't like any of the ones like margarita or stuff like that, you know? Um, she is. She's the one who started the whole buzz balls thing because I wouldn't get on the topic of her quick enough for her. So she goes live and tells everybody I'm drunk. But the thing was I was trying to just laugh off her annoying me. So I was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm just a little buzz, had a buzz ball." Next thing, boom, she goes live, tells everybody I'm an alcoholic, I'm drunk, I'm buzz balls, because I wouldn't get to her fast enough. It was just so ridiculous. And Cindy does the same thing. She will go live. And yeah, GMA. Absolutely. See, we all remember all this stuff. So when they say to me, "Don't you remember what they," oh my God, thank you so much. Dance. I love to dance. It's a bummer. Thank you so much. So when they're all like, "Don't you remember what they did?" Yeah, but look, we're all sitting here reminiscing, and you guys got the same memories that I do. King of Chaos, that you remembered that one, of how fucking I was so discombobulated. I could not even fucking think straight. She would not stop. She would not stop. She's so ignorant. She's an ignorant bitch. Yeah, yep. And they came in saying something so weird too. And they're sharing is like, "I'm leaving. I'm going live back at my channel. I left my channel for this." It was awful. Yep, exactly. I'll be right back. I gotta take Roscoe outside. I will be right back. Oh my God, yeah, I was shaking. I was literally shaking. What hit your comment? Was it? Oh, God, it was awful. Yeah, I did. I had to. I was like, my head was killing me from it. I can remember clearly shaken. I couldn't even. I don't like her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that seems wrong, but, for me to say that, but I don't like her. I don't like her attitude. I don't like her. I just don't like her. We're nothing alike. And it would really annoy me when Chicken Winter would say, 2 peas in a pod, dollar walla, you know? But she's all over, all up in fucking Chicken Winter's chat. But I believe that's because Sharon is so not above, blackmailing her friend. She's the one who put out fucking everything on Chicken Winter. And Chicken Winter talks to me like I'm some kind of piece of crap. Um, but it was so annoying with Sharon. The only fucking time she wanted to come in here was, I know, Swiss. And that's why I'm wondering, why is she now bringing that up, Irv? Did something go down between you guys, or did she, like, what? Why is she bringing that up now? I'm wondering if she's like getting into this whole thought process of I'm gonna start blackmailing people and this and that. Well, not only that, she also like they were saying earlier, that she was bragging about. As soon as she got out of jail, she was like, um, I got 2 more. She's not blackmailing you. Well, it sounded like she's trying to, like by saying, "You're lucky I'm not a snitch, and you're lucky this, and you're lucky that." You know? I'm just like, what? Why is she doing that? Yeah, so it's weird that what made her angry? Irv, come on, spill the beans. What happened? Did she ask you for money and you said no or something? Because as far as I'm concerned, I would never, like I feel like that her, um, yeah, yeah, she did. Yeah. I mean, and then when she got out, she was like, ha ha, sucker. Like, there was just no gratefulness. Like, that's what I'm saying. Did she ask you to? And you said no. Well, why would you help her out? She got a boyfriend, which she seems to think, and he has no problem with. No, I'm not asking you if you're helping her out. I'm just saying it seems like he has no problem with her, like now with this Matt D guy. I don't know who that is, but they're both talking, like in the comments of, well, yeah, that too, Swiss. Both talking in the comments, and he's like, so can I get your details or something like that? And she's like, yeah, sure, you know? Um, so it really wouldn't surprise me if maybe she was, I don't know. She's another one though that really couldn't I just any guy that eats microwave, he'd probably be doing better now if he hadn't hooked up with her because I'm inclined to think, but I'm not saying that you're giving her money. Oh, you told her no a long time ago. Maybe they're coming, to the point where she we needed more. Like she said on the phone, we just wanted more. We just wanted more. So she figured she'd fucking try to blackmail prudently. But that fucking crying on there, saying, I don't have a car. You are both fucking adults. You're not a fucking 19-year-old kid, and you're not Prudently's kid. Yeah, she has no use for anybody else. When she even said, oh my God, stop. Willie and Fang. I'm telling you, Bugs Bunny, doesn't it seem like that? Like this guy, it wouldn't surprise me if she didn't get him started again. Because I'm inclined to believe that people who, like, wasn't he in there for a while? So he probably had gotten clean. I doubt he called her because, because stitches after Fang. I doubt he called her because he probably didn't have her phone number. Um, well, she probably don't even want it from him anyway, because she'll be on there. He be turning up the TV trying to drown her out. He's got the TV up blasting. He can't even. That bitch, she's just like, hey, Munchie. Okay. I don't know. I would not try frog legs, and I would not try cow brains. Not even once. Not even once. But it was really a stomach turner that listening to her with Prudently, and the way she just, no matter how many times I said, stop sharing. Or she said even, no, no, you're not. You said she is not. Cookies. Fucking Ollie cracked me up that day when she said, because just like typical Sharon, she comes stomping in my live stream all the time. Um, Stomped up, fucking saying, how'd you guys get the DNA couch? What's that about? But there's not a one time she doesn't take an opportunity to come stomping into my fucking live stream and harassing. Yeah, why you guys say that? But harassing somebody in my live stream. Never, there's not at one time she doesn't take that fucking opportunity. Pics to tooth and tooth. Tooth of, I mean, like pictures of what? Oh, you did? You started DNA? Petri dish. Ugh. So just to finish up the why I don't like when Sharon would come in, we all know. Or, I finished with why I don't like AB when she would come in because I would get too fucking confused. So, and then the third one there, Cindy, why I wasn't too keen on when she would come in here. And I'm sorry, I am just saying that it's really no big loss to me. But it's because every time she would come in, I'd be talking about something like a topic, and it was constant with, can you drop the link? Can you drop the link? Drop the link and I'll come up. Like as if I wanted her to. And not that even like hers per se, there's only so many people I can share the piano with. You know what I'm saying? I remember I had Sharon up one time and the fucking bitch is nodding out next to me. I was like, oh my God. And, but, oh God. Boilgate 2026. But so then when she comes up, the audio always seems fucked up. And I've gotten like many, people saying that it was good until Cindy came up because the audio is fucked up. And then I feel bad saying, can you mute yourself or something and I'll mute me when you're talking because it's just a constant of it. And then she gets up here and it's like, well, you know, recently something happened in my town. And I'm just like, okay, fucking spit it out. And does it have anything to do with what I'm talking about? Who? Which ones? Oh, yes. And she was rolling her fucking eyes and everything. You weren't on panel, you were on the phone. She was wicked rude to you. But she invited you. She was wicked rude to you. So, what do you think is the reason why she's bringing you up? And she was rolling her eyes and shit. Yeah, rolling her eyes. And when we think about it, uh, he's wicked rude when he's up on somebody's panel. Wicked rude. Ugh. She's too sexy for her teeth. That tooth is lonely. I think it's two. It's fangs. I got blackheads, they're multiplying. Yeah, that's weird, right? That she is doing that. Strange, very strange. So that's the thing with them. They don't know that they're the ones. And I realized that night. Like, really, because I was adamant against you guys with the whole, how she pulls it. Adamant that, you know, it was you guys. And it may have been both of us, whatever, all of us. But at the moment when it could have come to maybe a stop, or at least on the way to a stop, um, they couldn't do it. And even the one person who a couple of days before I had said that it mattered so much to me that I had nothing to look back on, that was, me and them having a public fight on YouTube, or them publicly humiliating. And they were like, oh, you're right. No, they didn't say it, but I'm just thinking in my head, you're right. No, no, no. It's not the see you next Tuesday word. It's the fact that he just won't stop talking over people. He just won't. That's not all English people. It's just not all English. But I think that you guys and Janelle and everybody, they've been so nice to Sparkle and Jenny and myself. that I really think that the only people that are are missing out on this one here you're talking about my connection. I'm about, oh God, yeah, I think they are missing out on you know moving ahead and stopping the arguing and the fighting and everything. I really do. No, he just doesn't stop talking. He's very rude. He's been very rude to me lately too. He's all up in Sharon's ass too. He's like, I'm 47. You really think that it bothers me when they call me crack about? Because I said, well, where's Sharon when they're calling you crack about? And I'm like, that's not the fucking point. The point is, even with I'm about, I've, defended him too. And for him to be over there at Sharon's, or to be sitting in a chat where, they're screaming at me, that I'm a bitch and everything, um, is like anybody I think would know that the shit is just, even if it was somebody you don't know, it's just not okay. And it's not okay to expect me to be okay with something that they are fully aware of when they say, I was a good friend to you in private behind the scenes. That's horrible. That's fucking horrible. And that's the thing that you ain't getting, the fact that that was wearing thin. That shit was wearing thin. Big time. I do know that Kimber's was removing comments that I wasn't even being able to see, and that she was the one who blocked Irv, you know, which that kind of shit would bother me too. But, just, I feel like they were really trying to steamroll me in this last time. I don't think that they were noticing the fact that, I might come off tough or whatever, or, however they want me to, but I don't think they were recognizing the fact that I have feelings too. And, Angel Baby's like, no hard feelings. Get unmod me now. The nerve of you. No hard feelings. But wouldn't talk to me on the phone and expected me to come into her live stream so that she could make a fucking fool of me. When in the meantime, you'd been unmodded, Angel Baby. You don't need to demand it. I'm not stupid. You were already unmodded. Angel Baby. 45 minutes after I ended my life this morning, she starts with that shit. It's like, can I go to sleep? Yeah, and then she made us lie about, me saying, we need to talk, and then we don't need to talk anymore. Like, I don't even know. Is that what she said? Don't make me pull out her laptop. Fucking ridiculous, man. As if, you, the fucking whole insulting thing of Angel, I mean, like, Brandy constantly fucking talking shit about me and her being like, Brandy's my bestie, my bestie. Well, enjoy. Well, she just has to go to her life. She won't go to some of her past. Well, maybe she could if she didn't fucking delete them all. Go to her past live stream. I offered so many times to help her out with that shit. I will another time because I know this is really disappointing to everybody, but I'm really tired. I'm super tired. She'll probably take it down anyway. Unless somebody wants to rip it real quick. Munchie. Um, I'm super tired. And wasn't it you I know, they're awful. And wasn't it you? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'll try. I know. That's what I was going to say. Wasn't it you who told me to get some rest? I'm super tired. But even without playing the live, thank you, Liar Alert. Even without me playing the live, I do feel much better knowing that these people were well aware that they were just good friends to me behind the scenes and that they really didn't have any intention at all of allowing me to try to not, you know, be arguing with people all the time. Because if I wasn't, then they were going to be arguing with me in place. And I think that they are the ones missing out. I really do. Well, I don't hear you, Swizz. I think that's another thing that bothered, because all of them, I would say, well, because a lot of people will reach out to me behind the scenes that were not so friendly. It will be a surprise. It's not like, you know, and then I'll try to say to somebody, one of them that, well, they're really not that bad of a person. Like, I've talked to them a couple of times and, they're all the same as we are. They don't want to be harassed either. And but you can tell by the sound of their voice, or the pause, I should say, in their response to that they're looking at me like I'm stabbing them in the back. But I don't know how that is, just by telling them. I'm telling them that, yes, I am talking to somebody like, well, like Trump's or something, like, because, they've been very kind. They've reached out to me through email and sent some, advice on cancer or something. It's like, what am I supposed, what do they, like, how do they respond to people who are being nice to them? Not in a very kind way, I would say. So I could tell already that in their mind, how like AB is wicked paranoid. Well, she called me paranoid. I'm like, nah, I don't think so. But the way she, and I could tell because she'll be like, you said no, I'm telling you now that they reached out and that, perhaps we should like, that's why that particular person who will lie about the night before and stuff, that is a lie. I literally was saying there must be something that you liked about this person to have been friends with them so long. Maybe you could just email them and stuff. Yes, let's have an official group hug. I could squeeze you to death. And let's keep it on. I think that this is, I really feel like weight lifted off my shoulders just because not having to argue for them. It was just really getting annoying. And then the whole birthday thing, and then the whole, just, man, that whole rage attack from, Cindy was off the chain. And when somebody says, well, she's very upset, well, I don't care. That's still should be kept privately. It doesn't mean you take it out on me. I've always been very kind to her. So I am certain that we can continue on a path to where we are all freed from constant arguing and can encourage and support each other the way that it should be. And I do still love that cartoon that you made, King of Chaos. That was hysterical. Are you still watching Rules of Engagement? Thank you. Are you still watching Rules of Engagement, King of Chaos? It's just a funny, funny, funny show. We'll talk about it next time you're here. If anybody has not watched it, exactly, King of Chaos. I just don't understand what their response that they think I should have had to that, uh, to kindness. What is the response I'm supposed to have? I just, for me, it's so they're not going to change my character. So, yell and scream all you want, and, get over yourself, AB. You are already unmodded, and highly recommend it, right? Fucking hysterical. So funny. So, you guys, if you have not watched Rules of Engagement, you can find it on YouTube for free. And then you can ask King of Chaos where he's been hunting it down. But that was kind of a gapped a bridge there between me and you, too, that Rules of Engagement. We can find common ground and then work on it. Yep. Gotcha. No, you don't have to. Make sure they're not pricker bushes. Mhm. Peace, love, and tacos. Encouragement means everything, and united we stand, and divided we fall. And I definitely, definitely appreciate you all and the kindness that you've shown towards my friends, and that my friends have shown towards you. I I am glad that we're working on progress. Thank you so much, and thank you, Bunny Rabbit or Bugs Bunny. Have a great night.